Imagine it's late at night. You're home, maybe winding down after a long day, or even resting peacefully. Suddenly, there's a knock at your front door. A person in uniform stands there. In an instant, your choices, your words, and your actions can determine the safety of your home and the protection of your rights. What happens next is not hypothetical, it's real, and the consequences can be life-altering. Trusting appearances can be dangerous. Uniforms, badges, and vehicles command respect, but how can anyone be certain they are legitimate? Every year, people make the mistake of opening their doors without verification, unknowingly giving consent to enter and placing themselves at risk. One casual word, one misjudged action, can transform a legal encounter into a nightmare. Consider a tragic real-world case. In June 2025, in Minnesota, a man impersonated a police officer, going door-to-door targeting private citizens and lawmakers. Dressed in uniform, wearing a badge, and driving a car indistinguishable from an official squad car, he concealed his face and exploited the trust people naturally place in authority. That night, one lawmaker and her spouse were fatally shot, while others sustained serious injuries. This incident underscores a chilling truth. Appearances can be deceiving and preparation is crucial. Understanding boundaries and knowing exactly what to say is the first line of defense. Words hold power, and being informed can safeguard your home and your rights. There is a legal framework designed to protect citizens. In the United States, the Fourth Amendment guards against unreasonable searches and seizures. In most circumstances, law enforcement must obtain a warrant to enter a home, and even with a warrant, homeowners retain certain rights, including the right to remain silent. Without a warrant, entry is only permitted if voluntary consent is granted. This is where knowledge and preparedness become critical. The cornerstone of protecting yourself is simple, yet often overlooked. The exact phrase you should use whenever confronted unexpectedly at your door is, "I do not consent to searches." Calm, clear, and polite delivery is key. Repeating the phrase is acceptable, and opening the door is never necessary. You have the right to remain behind a secure door and to request verification. No one, not salespeople, not solicitors, not even law enforcement, is entitled to enter without proper authorization. Practical steps further ensure safety. If law enforcement presents a warrant, you may not prevent entry, but you can remain silent and verify the warrant before engaging. Recording interactions can provide a transparent account and protect your rights. Staying composed and non-confrontational is equally important, as aggressive behavior can escalate situations unnecessarily. A calm, measured demeanor demonstrates reasonableness and safeguards legal standing. Scenarios differ, but the principles remain consistent. If approached without a warrant, do not crack open the door, do not allow conversation to develop inside the home, and repeat your statement of non-consent. If confronted with requests to let officers inside, whether for casual inspection or claimed welfare checks, remember that verbal consent grants them entry. Withholding consent protects your legal position and prevents potential misuse of authority. Recording all interactions, keeping hands visible, and remaining firm but respectful are practical strategies that have proven effective. Even when officers produce a valid warrant, you are not required to volunteer information beyond the scope of that warrant. Asking for legal representation is implied through remaining silent and referencing constitutional rights. These steps reduce exposure to legal pitfalls and reinforce personal safety. It is also vital to understand the consequences of one small misstep. The Minnesota case demonstrated how easily trust in appearances can be exploited with deadly results. Preparation, knowledge, and adherence to rights are not abstract concepts. They are actionable safeguards. Every household should recognize the importance of these measures before any encounter arises. In summary, trust should never replace verification. Protect your home and your rights by remaining informed, prepared, and measured in your actions. Remember the legal pillars. Consent is required for entry without a warrant, and remaining silent is a protected right even with a warrant. Use the 5 key words consistently. I do not consent to searches. Keep doors secure, interactions recorded, and composure maintained. These are not merely suggestions. They are tools for safeguarding your freedom and your safety. Preparation extends beyond words. Always verify identities, confirm warrants, and document every encounter. Maintaining calm and clarity ensures that in any confrontation, your rights are protected. By acting decisively and knowledgeably, you minimize risks and maximize control over your home and personal security. Ultimately, safeguarding your home requires awareness, discipline, and respect for legal rights. The risks of complacency are real, as history and contemporary cases demonstrate. Preparation, knowledge, and careful execution of these strategies can mean the difference between safety and tragedy. Stay informed, remain vigilant, and act decisively. By following these practices, you uphold your rights, protect your household, and preserve peace of mind. Knowledge is your strongest ally, composure your shield, and careful execution your defense. This is not just advice, it is essential guidance for anyone who values safety, security, and constitutional protection. Protect your home, protect your rights, and never underestimate the power of preparedness. Take the steps now, ensure your household knows these principles, and always remember, your words, actions, and awareness can safeguard everything you hold dear. Remain vigilant, remain informed, and always assert your rights clearly and calmly. By understanding the legal framework, practicing these strategies, and remaining observant, you put yourself in a position of strength and security. Stay composed, act deliberately, and use knowledge as your guide. These steps are not merely preventative, they are empowering. They give you control when situations are uncertain and protect you from mistakes that can have lasting consequences. In every interaction, remember the key principles: verification, documentation, composure, and clear verbal non-consent. These tools are straightforward yet powerful, providing a reliable method to navigate potentially hazardous encounters with authority. By adhering to these principles, you maintain autonomy, legal protection, and personal security. Preparation and awareness are your first defenses. The combination of knowledge, calm, and clear assertion of rights ensures you remain in control. These strategies, although simple, are vital for anyone wishing to protect themselves and their household from unexpected, high-stakes situations. The lessons are clear: act wisely, speak deliberately, and never underestimate the significance of your rights. Even in stressful or intimidating circumstances, the structured use of these strategies protects your legal position and reduces potential danger. Recording, verification, and calm assertiveness create a buffer between uncertainty and security. Implementing these measures proactively safeguards your home, your family, and your peace of mind. Ultimately, awareness and preparation are non-negotiable. By internalizing these principles and applying them consistently, you cultivate resilience, legal protection, and confidence. Your home becomes a space of security, guided by knowledge and fortified by deliberate action. By adhering to these strategies, you ensure that your rights are respected, your household remains safe, and you navigate every encounter with authority confidently and effectively. Always remember, assert your rights, maintain your composure, and protect your home. Knowledge is your shield, preparation is your weapon, and vigilance is your constant ally. Every word and every action counts. Never take consent lightly, and never underestimate the importance of remaining informed. With these principles, you are empowered, secure, and prepared for any situation.